Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Porch. I'm your host, Robert. All right, NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Oh, only two more times I can say that. How many times next year am I going to be able to say NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series? That's going to be weird to say. All right, the Baptist Health 200 from Homestead Miami Speedway, 201 miles, 134 laps, 3 stages, 40, 40, and 54. There was actually no race in 2021 for the Truck Series at Homestead. But in the last 10 Truck Series races at Homestead, KBM has won 4, Hatari Racing has won 2, and Thor Sport has won 2. Toyota has won 7 of the last 8. Okay, the Truck Series at Homestead. This is just the last 2 races at Homestead. So this would have been 2020 and 2019. Kristen Eckes averaged 5.5 in those 2 races. Matt Crafton 5.5. Ty Majeski 1 race, finished 10th. Grant Enfinger 12.0. Tyler Ankrum 12.0. Stuart Friesen 12.5. Tanner Gray 14.0. Ben Rhodes 15.0. Now, during a lot of these videos, I have talked about the intermediate tracks and then the mile and a half. Two different beasts. The intermediate is Kansas, Texas, Las Vegas, and then Homestead. They're exactly on 1.5 mile tracks. Of those 5 races in 2022, Chandler Smith, 5.4 average finish with a win. Ty Majeski, 7.6. John Hunter Nemechek, 8.2 with a win. Grant Enfinger, 8.8. Zane Smith, 8.8 and a win. Stuart Friesen, 9.4 and a win. Kristen Eckes, 9.8. Matt DiBenedetto, 10.4. Now, in the intermediate tracks, would include Gateway, Darlington, Nashville, the ones that are between 1.25 and 1.5. Of those 8 races, they also include the 1.5 mile tracks as well, of the intermediate. Zane Smith averaged 7.8 with a win. Chandler Smith, 8.1 and a win. Stuart Friesen, 8.3 and a win. Kristen Eckes, 9.1. Ty Majeski, 9.7. Carson Hocevar, 10.2. Matt Crafton, 10.6. John Hunter Nemechek, 10.7 and 2 wins. Only 2 races left. We have Homestead. Once we get done with Homestead, we'll have our championship 4 for Phoenix. Right now, Ty Majeski is the only one locked in with his win at Bristol. Followed by Chandler Smith plus 27 to the cut line. Zane Smith plus 15 to the cut line. Ben Rhodes currently on the cut line plus 3. Kristen Eckes is minus 3. Stuart Friesen minus 3. John Hunter Nemechek minus 5. And Grant Enfinger minus 29. At minus 29, Grant Enfinger will need a win to get in. Chandler Smith just needs to have a solid day. Zane Smith don't need to have any problems. Ben Rhodes, Kristen Eckes, Stuart Friesen, everybody at 3 points. That's 3 positions on the track. John Hunter, 5 points back from that. A lot could happen in those 4 drivers for 1 spot. Now remember, if you win, you're automatically in. When I did my playoff preview for the Truck Series, my final 4 did not have Ty Majeski on there. I am happy he's there. His first career win came at Bristol. Excited to see what he can do. Same way with Josh Berry in the Xfinity Series. Excited to see what he can do. We have Zane Smith, Chandler Smith, Ben Rhodes, and John Hunter are the 4 that I initially picked. Now, if you look at the last 5 years, 2017 on, the final 4 has included 3 of those years, the first and second in the points going into the race, into the playoffs. The first and second in points was Zane Smith and Chandler Smith. The number 1 seed, which was Zane Smith in this case, has made the playoffs all 5 years. The number 2 seed made it 3 years. The number 3 seed, which is Ben Rhodes in this case, made it 3 years. The number 4 seed, which is John Hunter, coming into the playoffs, made it 4 years. Right now, Ty Majeski's in. He was the 7th seed coming in. 2018 and 2021, the 7th seed made it. In 2018, it was the 1 seed to 2, 3, and 7. In 2021, it was the 1, 3, 6, and 7. Now, if it would be the 1, 3, 6, and 7 again coming in, it would be Zane Smith, Ben Rhodes, Kristen Eckes, and Ty Majeski. My 3 to go with Ty Majeski for the championship 4 will be Chandler Smith, Zane Smith, and John Hunter Nemechek, along with Ty Majeski. My picks to win the Baptist Health 200, got to go with KBM, Chandler Smith, John Hunter, and Corey Heim, and then Zane Smith and Kristen Eckes. Now, a little bit of news here recently in the Truck Series. We know that Kyle Busch Motorsports, KBM, will be switching over to Chevrolets next year. We do not know how many. I know Kyle said anywhere between 2 and 4 full-time trucks, which is awesome. We don't know driver lineup or anything yet. I'm assuming the numbers will stay the same, but we don't know. Thursday, there's an announcement for DGR, David Gilliland Racing. We all know Kelly Crandall broke it a couple weeks ago, actually. They will be switching over back to Toyota, so they'll be the Toyota development team instead of KBM. Their lineup, rumor has it, Tanner Gray, Taylor Gray, Corey Heim, 3 full-time, and then they'll have their kind of all-star truck, which I'm assuming different Cup guys and different people, and then Toyota Pipeline will drive that. We don't know that for a fact. We'll find out Thursday at their press conference. A lot of moving parts for the Truck Series moving on. Zane Smith will be running full-time in the Truck Series next year, and a partial Xfinity and Cup car ride for Front Row. Chandler Smith, we know, is moving on to the Xfinity Series. And Colic Racing, John Hunter Nemechek, we assume will move on to the Xfinity Series for Joe Gibbs, if not taking over the 18. I know he's getting his first Cup Series start of the year in the 45 for Bubba Wallace this week at Homestead. Like I'm going to say in the Cup Series preview, I'm picking John Hunter as one of my picks to win. I want to see John Hunter win that in the 45. I want to see him in the 18 next year. Ty Gibbs one more year in the Xfinity Series. And then in 24, when Truex retires after the 23 season, the 19 switches to the 54. And then the lineup for Joe Gibbs would be Denny Hamlin, John Hunter, Ty Gibbs, and Christopher Bell. That's my kind of want to, I guess you would say. But yeah, we're one more race till the championship 4 for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. The championship 4, my predictions right now, we know Ty Majeski is already in. Chandler Smith, Zane Smith, John Hunter Nemechek. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day, have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader of sports channel content. Make sure, if you haven't already, check out the videos I've done this week on the Bubba Wallace penalty. There's 3 videos about penalties last week, this week, 2 this week. So definitely check those out, and you have a great night.